Today I get to talk with Sam Chestnut. He is the head of school at the Lippman School. He also works with Jewish Akron. What's your title there?
Chief Program Officer.
Chief Program Officer with Jewish Akron. And today we're actually going to be talking about the Portage Path Walk, which is alongside North American First Peoples Day.
Yep.
And how are you today, Sam?
Doing great. Really excited for the events of around First Peoples Day.
Yeah, and so that actually is this upcoming Monday.
Yeah, Monday, October 7th is the day
that
the city of Akron and Summit County have designated as First Peoples Day.
Wonderful. And it's kind of a cool story how that came about. Can you go ahead and share a little bit with our viewers?
Sure, yeah. The Lippman School's had a partnership with the Northern Cheyenne tribe for about 14 years now. And we had been doing some learning in the community. Tribal members have came to Akron every fall, and our students have gone to the reservation. And we did a walk on the Portage Path before this First Peoples Day started to raise awareness about Native history and to help people understand that the tribal people are still practicing their traditions. They're living in two worlds, kind of the modern American capitalistic culture, and they're also trying to keep their ancient traditions and cultures alive. Anyhow, the Akron City Council is wrestling with what to do with Columbus Day. And it was a big controversy. It made front page news for the Akron Beacon Journal, and they voted it down because there were constituents in Akron that didn't want to let go of that day.
Didn't want to get rid of it, okay.
So a council person came to the Lippman School. Her name is Marilyn Keith. She's not on council any longer, but she said she knew of our work in the community, and she came to the school and said, maybe you students could help us solve this problem. So Matt Russ and John Bennett went through this really interesting problem-based learning project with our middle school students, and we worked with our tribal partners, and we thought, what could be a solution to this problem? And we actually worked with retired Judge Marvin Shapiro to think about how to write legislation. It was a really cool project.
Really cool, really intricate, lots of details.
It was amazing. The kids all presented to Akron City Council, and some tribal members came also to do that. And in the end, they decided to instead of dealing with the controversial day of Columbus Day, they decided to make this different day, the first Monday in October. Yeah.
So separate it, make it its own thing.
Yeah.
And you actually were able to get legislation passed, which is so amazing. And now there is North American First Peoples Day, first Monday of October.
That's right. And then the Summit County Council asked us to do the same, and that was a little easier because the precedent had been set. But, so, and actually every year they invite us to talk about that experience and reaffirm that the first Monday in October in Akron City and Summit County is North American First Peoples Day.
Which is beautiful. Yeah. And then the Sunday right before, so this upcoming Sunday, there is a walk on the Portage Path that goes alongside with that. So share about that walk.
Yeah, so this will be our 9th walk on the path, which is
amazing.
It's really cool. We invite anyone from the community to join us. We do it the day before First Peoples Day just because it's easier for people to come out on a Sunday afternoon. Kids and family members and elders in our community walk with our Northern Cheyenne partners who will be in town.
So cool.
Who will be in full regalia, traditional regalia. It's really something to see. We start at Portage Path Community Learning Center, and we walk to the John Brown House at the Summit County Historical Society.
So it's a very family-friendly walk. I was just chatting with you about that I'm going to bring my kids along.
Yeah.
And so if you have small kids, you can bring a stroller. If you have, kids that are a little bit older, they can walk alongside you. And so starting at the Portage Path Learning Center, you said?
Yeah, Portage Path Community Learning Center right there in Highland Square.
Wonderful. And what time are you going to be gathering there?
We're going to try to walk at 1:30, so if you come maybe at 1:15 to park and kind of go to the staging area right across the street from the school, then we'll start walking as close to 1:30 as we can.
Great. And then the walk ends at the John Brown House, and there's things that will happen there as well.
Yeah, and it's less than a mile walk. It's pretty easy walk, and the police escort us, so it's very safe, and we walk the city streets. It's kind of cool. It's fun to walk the streets. And then at the John Brown House, we'll do some learning with our friends from the Northern Cheyenne tribe who will share their regalia with us, and we'll do some dances that are traditional to the Northern Cheyenne, or sometimes intertribal dances that are more kind of universally known. But they'll also talk about the significance of the regalia, which is really often handed down from generation to generation, or all handmade by family members, and very meaningful thing. So the kids from the reservation who are middle school and high school age kids, they're so proud to share this with our community, and they don't get great opportunities to do that back home in Montana.
Yeah, and that's really beautiful that they can come and share, and then we can come and learn.
Absolutely.
And so this is open to the public.
Yes.
Anyone who wants to come and be a part of the walk and learn can come and do that, right?
Absolutely. And we think it's kind of growing over time, and
Yeah.
more partners are involved. So yeah, we'd love to just fill up the city streets with Akronites and our Northern Cheyenne friends and other tribal people. LaDonna Blue Eye, who's a local resident of Akron, but an enrolled member of the Choctaw Nation. She's been very involved also. So I talk a lot about Northern Cheyenne, but there are other tribal people who have connected to this experience.
Are connected to Akron, connected to the Portage Path Walk, and may be there as well.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it just, that's something that's been really exciting, is that, for years and years, Native people have felt like they need to sometimes be in the shadows or in hiding with their traditional ways. And we're putting a positive spotlight on that. We're encouraging people to be who you are and remember who you were and think about your ancestors and think about how to live in this modern world, but hold on to tradition.
Yeah, and she's a super interesting person. I got to interview her recently, and for you guys out there, actually go follow LaDonna Blue Eye on Instagram. She has some really fun, she's doing these little Instagram shorts kind of teaching people some different things about her background and about her tribal history. So follow her and check her out.
Very cool.
So how can people find information about the walk if they want to attend? I mean, they can really just show up at 1:30 that day at the Portage Path Learning Center. But if they want a little more information, where can they find that?
walkportagepath.com, because there are other learning events happening even earlier that day with Peter Jones, who is the Onondaga tribal member who built the statues at the terminus of the Portage Path. He'll be doing an artist talk that morning. There'll be things before and after the First Peoples Day that the art museum's involved in, other local partners are involved in. So a lot of important local partners have been providing Native education through this experience.
That's beautiful. So if you want to get even more involved, you can go and see the schedule online and participate in more than one thing. And if you're looking for just maybe a way to start getting involved, come to the walk and check that out at 1:30. That's happening, Portage Path Learning Center. Thank you, Sam.
Oh, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, for being here. I hope you guys come out. It's going to be a good time. I'm excited to be there with my kids and my family and just be able to educate myself more. And it's a great way to learn about our Native history here in Akron. So thank you guys for watching. We had a great morning here on Good Morning Akron. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.